Really heard people, when they make a diet plan for themselves, they completely stop taking a dinner. So I think so, which is completely wrong. People take soups at night, soups and salad. I don't think so. Soups are meant for the dinner. Soup is meant for a supper, to have an early supper, because soup is a high sodium meal. So high sodium.
Today we have with us Nupur Malhotra. She's a dietitian and is working in the field for last 12 years. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in.
Most welcome, dear. Most welcome, Drishti. Nice to be here with you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, today we are listening great stories on the internet, on social media. Every day we find a new recipe how to deal with coronavirus, how to manage the virus, and how we can fight this virus. We are reading stories about you can take a lemon and you can put some turmeric in it, and you are good to go. And what's the truth behind these recipes?
Okay, Drishti. First of all, I saying during this lockdown period, nobody should panic. First, one has to be very much relaxed, because when you get panic, your stress level increases. Stress hormones start increasing more, and your stress level increases, which in turn reduces the immunity of the body. And when the body immunity reduces, you are able to catch infection from the environment. Easy infections also from the environment. So first of all, there are five things I will advise all of them, people sitting at home, from a child of 10 to 15 years of age to an aged person around 70 to 80 years, should practice few things. First, they should not get stressed. Keep yourself calm by doing some meditation, some exercise, some part. Old people can do their part, and the young people can listen to music. Music also helps in reducing stress. So first thing, the most important is to reduce the stress level, because everybody stressed what will going to happen in future. People who are running a business, so stress is all around. Uncertainty of the future, that comes in the mind of everybody. Children, uncertainty of their exams, because still the board exams are not finished. So you have to relax yourself to increase the immunity system of your body. Second thing, I always say that sleep is the very important factor to boost your immunity. People these days, you want to find people are sleeping at around 12, 1, midnight, children, even the elders, mid-aged people, they're also sleeping late, watching movies, they don't have a fixed schedule. So sleep, if you don't have a proper sleep, that also reduces the immunity of the body. Third thing is the most important thing, is the diet. People these days sitting at home and they're not able to eat from outside. Eating outside makes people relax. People say when we eat a good food, we feel relaxed, mentally and physically also. Because they're all high calorie food. So we give you instant energy. So one should not do that. You now you can see on the WhatsApp, on the social media, people are putting the pictures of good food they're making. They first post the picture and they eat. They are eating chola bhaturas, they're eating fried food, which should not happen during the lockdown period. In fact, I will just talk about the food which you should eat, which should not eat during the lockdown period. So these are the very important factors to take in care during the diet also. Then the fifth factor, the fourth most important after the diet, comes to having that antioxidant foods, antioxidant supplements also. So these are also very important things during this lockdown period. People are not focusing on that. They're having the high carbohydrate, high sugar foods, drinks and all that, coke and everything, which one should avoid during the lockdown period, because in case your food cycle, the food you're having at home is not good. So what will happen? You want to increase the sugar levels, you can increase your BP, you can increase your cholesterol level, which is not good for the body, and your immunity will get low, because when you increase your sugar levels, the body immunity suppresses, because the WC will not get produced. So most important thing, especially for the diabetic people, they have to take care of their food, which plays a very important role. So Drishti, I just want to, should I discuss the food list in detail, what one should have and what one should not have? Should I start with that?
Yes, ma'am. I think we need to discuss that what needs to be eaten and what needs to be avoided.
Okay, Drishti. First of all, I will prefer all the family members should plan a timetable for themselves, for themselves. Basically, a very important these days is to plan a timetable, a schedule. Because everybody these days, whether a child, whether a middle age, or whether old age, is off the schedule because of this lockdown period. Sleeping late, getting up late. So that is basically spoiling all your body metabolism. The body metabolism spoils. If you don't have a schedule, you're sleeping late, getting up late, the body metabolism spoils. And if your body metabolism spoils, whatever you're going to eat, the body will not absorb your good minerals and vitamins of the body if you eat also. So first of all, make a timetable for yourself. First of all, what time you should get up. Now, how I'll just explain you how one should have a general diet plan. I'm just telling you a general diet plan for everybody at home. But the moment you get up, you should have just a warm water, a glass of warm water. If you want to have water with lemon, make it sure it should be in the normal temperature. Many people have the myth of having a lemon in the lukewarm water. But what happens if you take lemon in the lukewarm water? The vitamin C of the lemon gets destroyed. Basically, vitamin C gets destroyed with the heat. Okay, so basically one should have the vitamin C, Nimbu Pani in the normal room temperature water. So always start your day with the water. Second, after the water, you should have some nuts. Now, nuts have a good antioxidant properties. It has zinc, it has magnesium, which helps in boosting the immunity system of the body. So, nuts is very, very important. So, whole family should have mixed seeds, some nuts like almonds, walnuts, which have good antioxidant properties and which helps in building the immunity of the body. Okay. Then one should have a fruit. Making your body alkaline really helps in immunity, boosting the immunity system of the body. Now people have alkaline water, they have alkaline machines at their home. The natural way for everybody to make your body alkaline is to have lot of fruits and vegetables before 12 in the afternoon. So that makes the body alkaline. So after the nuts, one should have good amount of fruits, and you should always use seasonal fruits and low sugar fruits, because many people are in everybody's family is a diabetic person. So low sugar fruit comes like a papaya, apple, pomegranate. So these you should always include in. Now, a lot of oranges are there in the market these days, the seasonal fruit. So try to have maximum amount of oranges, which has full of vitamin C and full of fiber. So both fiber and vitamin C helps in increasing the immunity of the body, and which in turn helps in fighting the infection, viral and bacterial both. Then for the breakfast, I see people having a cereals in the breakfast, the processed foods, processed oats, processed muesli. So I think so during this period one should avoid all the processed foods, because if the body is prone to your processed foods, again it decreases the immunity of the body. Rather have whole grains, like you can have dalia, you can have dalia, you can have sprouts in the morning. Sprouts are the best things to include in your diet these days. All of you are sitting at home, and it's the best time, you can easily sprout all the lentils at home. All the sprouts is very rich in B12 and vitamin C. The legumes, the most nutrition value I think in the vegetarians who don't have non-veg at all, you can only get your vitamin B12 and your vitamin C, which is the immunity booster vitamins, only from sprouts and all the sprouted lentils, because the legumes are very rich in vitamin C. So you should include sprouts in the breakfast, dalia in the breakfast. Now mid-evening snacks, people have popcorns, they're watching TV, these are having popcorn. So I think so they should not have all these things, because they're all starchy and high carbohydrate foods, which will lower the immunity level. So one should include mid-meals like makhana, some bhuna chana, fruits, lassi, buttermilk. They're very good immunity booster foods. So one should include this. And during the lunchtime, rather than having all the heavy rajma chawal, kadhi chawals, one should have a medium, good protein-rich lunch, So make it sure one protein should be there in your diet in the lunchtime. It can be kala chana, it can be any dal, it can be a paneer, it can be soya, some eggs. Egg yolks are very good in zinc, which is a very good immunity booster. So good amount of eggs, and people are having a myth, why not to eat eggs during coronavirus? People are leaving non-veg and eggs, but that's a complete myth. You can eat non-veg and egg, which should be, but make it sure it should be fully cooked, so that there should not be bacteria. So anybody has a myth of eating non-veg and eggs, that's simply a myth. You can eat non-veg and egg during this coronavirus, but it should be made at home and should be nicely cooked. Right?
Ma'am, one thing more you talked about myths. Because ma'am, there are so many people talking about different ingredients that you can put in your food to boost your immunity. I want to know how we can, as people, we can verify these recipes. How should we follow? Should we take the ingredient list that is given out on Facebook and social media?
Yeah, that I think so. There's few foods like garlic is there, turmeric is there. Yes, they have an antibacterial and antiviral property to fight the body infection. So using garlic, spices like turmeric, garlic, ginger, they're very helpful, and I think so. All Indian family use these as a normal routine in their life also. So one should make it
Yes,
sure that you're using it these days specifically. Proteins, garlic, the spices like turmeric, ginger should be included in your diet. And the most important people is the probiotic foods. The probiotic foods also keeps your gut health good. So if your gut health is good, you will be able to absorb the vitamins and minerals, which helps in improving the immunity and helps in fighting the infection from the body. So if your gut health is good, so I think so the body will absorb vitamins and minerals much better way. So how to make your gut health improve? Include probiotic drinks like Yakult. You can make kefir at home. Then you can use curd, normal Greek yogurt, normal curd should be included in that. Rather than milk, I should always prefer that people should use more of curd. Being probiotic in nature, it helps in giving you good gut health, which again help in improving your gut health, helps in increasing your immunity of the body by absorbing good amount of vitamins and minerals. Right?
ma'am, because of coronavirus, there's a talk around non-vegetarian food. What you will suggest that should one should take non-vegetarian food, or should one should switch? What's a better lifestyle? Should a vegetarian lifestyle or a vegan lifestyle or a non-vegetarian lifestyle is better?
Drishti, I will just take this. It's a very big conversation. You've just asked a very good question, but to be very honest, I will tell the food chosen should be according to the health. Everybody different lifestyle. A sports person needs a lot of protein, right? A sedentary person does not need a lot of protein or carbohydrate. So basically, your lifestyle should always decides what kind of food you should have. So which protein diet should be there for every person in the world, I will say. So make it sure if you get your proteins from a vegetarian food, that's also good enough. And if you're a non-vegetarian also, you can have proteins from the non-veg food also. So it is, there's so many religious facts also, people don't want to eat non-veg. So they basically the diet should be a medium carbohydrate, a good protein diet should be there basically, and a good fiber diet. Basically, five things should be there in diet: protein, medium carbs, high fiber, and good amount of vitamins and minerals. So there is no myth that non-veg should not be eaten during the coronavirus. Egg should not be eaten during the coronavirus. You can eat egg, non-veg, but yes, you should make the non-veg and egg should be fully cooked, fully washed nicely and fully cooked. So if you're cooking them nicely and washing them nicely, so I think so it's same with the vegetables. So if not cooking them nicely or washing them nicely, the bacteria will be there. So it's the same with the non-veg. So this is a myth. You can completely eat non-veg during the coronavirus. And protein should be, so whether you get it from a fish or whether you get from lentils, the protein should be there in the diet, because protein really helps in growth and building the immunity of the body. And these days, make it sure all people during the coronavirus should have a lot of citrus food. Citrus fruits includes lemon, it includes santra, mosmi, pomegranate, and rich vegetables like bell peppers. Bell peppers are full of vitamin C. So one should include a lot of bell peppers in the diet. The yellow bell peppers and the red peppers, broccoli, spinach, they're full of vitamin C.
Okay. When you talked about including all these components in our diet, and what are the, if you like can share some basic recipes or food that we can include while staying at home in our diet to boost our immunity and lead a healthy life in general.
The best thing, one should avoid white sugar completely. The refined form of sugar is not good for anybody, whether a normal child, whether he's a diabetic, whether he's not a diabetic, it's a non-diabetic. White sugar is completely off from the diet. Instead of white sugar, people want to eat nimbu pani, shikwanji these days, lassi. So they should use desi khand or shakkar. So any form of raw, and for making the thing sweet, suppose you're making a kheer at home. So don't use white sugar. You can use dates, you can use figs to make them sweet. So avoid the use of white sugar completely, because white sugar also reduces the immunity of the body. High carbohydrated drinks, high carbohydrated foods reduces the immunity of the body. So first advice is to completely avoid white sugar. Some recipes like simple dalia, whole grain khichdi, you can have ragi rotis, you can have amaranth atta rotis, gluten-free chapatis, which is good for health also. This is good for your gut health also. So you can include different grains, multi-grains like ragi, amaranth, bajra, jaw, jawar. So these are very good attas to be used these days to increase the, because they also helps in increasing the immunity by making you digest the food easily rather than having the high carbonated gluten. Gluten is not that very healthy for the body, so we can avoid having gluten these days.
So, ma'am, how much do you feel that diet and mental health are correlated?
Yes, the diet and mental health are completely correlated. The reason is, if you are stressed out, what we tend to pick up a chocolate, tend to pick up a ice cream, any high sugar food. You will always
Same thing, ma'am.
yeah, because you know what happens whenever you have eating the high sugar foods, they give you instant hit, instant energy. So you feel more relaxed, more calm. So what one should do, rather than picking up a high sugar food, you should pick up a fruit. Fruit has natural sugar. So all natural sugar helps again to curb the craving which you have. And it again gives you an instant hit, instant energy, and you feel more relaxed and more calm. So first of all, I was just telling that you should make your schedule of a day. One should not watch movies late night. Make a schedule. Exercise is a very, very important part for improving the mental health. But make it sure. Now, as people are sitting at home, so I've heard people are doing online yoga, online exercises. They're doing three times a day, four. So that is also not good. Everyone would make it sure. Any exercise which increases your heart rate more than 75% will increasing the stress level, which in fact will lower down the immunity. So I will advise all of them who are doing exercise, thinking during the lockdown period we should make the best utilization. Make it sure excess exercise is not good for the immunity of the body. Any exercise which increasing the heart rate more than 75% is not good. So make it sure you should exercise around 30 to 45 minutes in the morning and 30 to 40 minutes in the evening. So make it sure that exercise should not be done intensive during this lockdown period. So exercise, sleep, food, these are the three things you have to keep in mind to improve your mental health. So if three things goes hand in hand, your mental health will be very good. The exercise, your diet, and your sleep. Sleep is also very important. People are not sleeping during the lockdown periods. They are sleeping late, getting up late. So that is not good for the health, basically.
As a dietitian, you must have come across people making a lot of mistakes in their diet. What are the common mistakes that you find as a dietitian and people make during making these diet plans for them?
The first thing, people stop taking their dinner. I've really heard people, when they make a diet plan for themselves, they completely stop taking a dinner. So I think so, which is completely wrong. People take soups at night, soups and salad. I don't think so. Soups are meant for the dinner. Soup is meant for a supper, to have an early supper, because soup is a high sodium meal. So high sodium meal should not be taken in the evening, because as the day is passing, by the end of the day, the body metabolism is very slow and we retain a lot of water in the body, and having a high sodium meal at evening, at night, increases the water retention in the body. So this very common thing I find, that people having soups at night, which is not very healthy to have soups at night, and having high carb. People don't eat for the whole day. They're dieting, they will not eat. Or some people are very busy with their work, so they go in the morning. The whole day they're busy in the office, so they will not eat nicely. And once they come back, they're going to eat the double the meal, because they've not eaten. They will eat double the meal, and they're at the end of the day they want to eat something comfort food also. People eat the complete dinner, then they binge on fruits, then they're going to binge on namkeen, they're going to binge on biscuits, because basically what these food provide, they give you comfort. So biscuit, namkeens, all this is a comfort food which relaxes your brain. So one should avoid doing this. So very many people I find in the diet, they don't eat the day and they eat very heavy meals at night. One should not have a heavy meal. You should have a breakfast like a king size, a good protein rich in the lunch so that your body absorbs, and a nice light dinner. But a dinner should contain a good one protein and one carbohydrate, a medium carb and a good fiber diet. So many people have skipping a dinner which should not be there, and having prantas in the breakfast. There's something which you are asking me. Some common people make mistake having a good heavy breakfast or a good heavy dinner, which is not advisable. All the meals, all the three meals should be balanced, and with good amount of fruits intake in the daytime.
Then another query is, people are nowadays, we see people are cutting their dairy completely uh, and turning vegan. What do you have to say about that?
I'll tell you, there are a lot of myths, again, facts about milk and milk products, First of all, turning a vegan is not very easy. You go to an orthopedist, the first thing the orthopedist says, आप दूध नहीं पीते? आपको फ्रैक्चर हो गया इस एज में, आप दूध नहीं पीते थे? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दे usually ask, people who don't have milk, it's a very big conversation to be very honest, Dusty. People who don't have milk, out of 90% of people not having milk, is they will always be deficient in B12. People having milk will not be deficient in B12. Even being a vegetarian, so milk, I think so, is an important part in the diet. But where are you procuring your milk? So that all depends, The myth about the milk is because you're not getting a good quality of milk these days. People say all are hormone inflated because of the injections given to the cows and buffaloes to increase the milk production. So that is one cause people should not have milk. But earlier days, during our grandparents' days, milk should be used to be the complete food for a baby, at least for the 6 months. So I think milk has a lot of properties. One should include milk in the diet, but yes, the milk should be always a low-fat dairy. So low-fat dairy is very, very important these days because you're not having the full cream milk or the high starchy milk. Then yes, it leads to increasing the cholesterol levels of the body also, and it can lead to increasing the sugar levels also. So milk should be included because calcium and your B12 you get it from milk only. So but you can always use milk in a better form like curd. So make curd from the milk which is probiotic in nature, helps in easy digestion, gives you good gut health. So direct consumption of milk for some people is not good because they're not able to absorb, because milk has hardest of enzymes to digest. So it takes more time in absorption. So you can always have milk in a form of curd so that it's easy digestible by the body, and you can get all the benefits of the dairy products also. So turning a vegan is again a particular choice of a person, I will say, because a very big discussion. It has a lot of advantages plus a lot of disadvantages. So it depends person to person, lifestyle and your health also. Medical issues also can decide that you should have these products or you should not have these milk products. So medical issues plays a lot of role. Every person is different. Go hand in hand, you will not have any illness, to be very honest. So these three things has to be taken care during the lockdown period. If diet is not being taken care, you are prone to more diseases. Then secondly, if you're not having adequate sleep, you're again prone to more diseases. Third is if you're not doing any exercise, you're prone to more diseases. And especially you're asked me the question when one should visit a dietitian. Dietitian, people think these days dietitians are only for the weight loss, but it's completely wrong. Basically, dietitian is to plan a meal according to your lifestyle and your medical issues. So, as a dietitian,
My is not recording. So sorry
okay,
to interrupt you.
so that's okay. As a dietitian, I will always say people need a dietitian when you're not medically fit. We take the guarantee to cure diabetes, BP, uric acid, cholesterol levels with the diet only, with the food only, because these five things are related with the food. What cannot be cured with the diet is thyroid and prostate because they are related with gland diseases. So all the diseases, 80% of the diseases is because of the food. Your heart diseases, your kidney diseases is because of the food. And if you take good care of your food and health, I think you can always be away from the problems like diabetes. Diabetes is just a self-created problem or genetic. But if it's genetic also and you take care with your food habits, I can assure 100% guarantee that you will not be a diabetic even if your parents have diabetes. So with a good health and a good diet plan and a conscious eating, you can always prevent all the diseases like your BP, your sugar levels and your uric acid and your kidneys issues can be taken care. 90% is there because of the
People are still not aware why we need a dietitian in our life, and we feel okay, there's no need unless and until you want to lose weight. So what do you feel that when should we go to a dietitian and seek a medical expert?
first of all, weight has a direct relation with your any medical issues in the body, related to PCOD for the females, related to any hypertension, related to your kidneys, uric acid, relating to your blood pressure. So weight has a direct relationship with the any medical issues in the life. So if your weight is okay, for the females, the hormones level are okay, your sugar and your BP levels are okay. So I always say if you cannot manage your diet, if you cannot manage your weight, then you need a dietitian. So dietitian is not only there to just make you lose weight, but to give you a healthy lifestyle. Basically, dietitian does not make you give you meals to eat this throughout your lifetime. You have to change your lifestyle. Dietitian is there to help in lifestyle modification, not to give a meal plan for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. Basically, after leaving a dietitian, you should learn how to be in that lifestyle forever to be healthy. So basically, it's basically teaching yourself how to change your lifestyle and how to change your eating habits during, especially during this lockdown period also.
But that's a wonderful thing because people believe that going to a dietitian, you go for a goal. Actually, what we're doing is we need to follow a journey that the dietitian actually directs us to. Ma'am, one thing I want to ask you, because you've been in this field for last 12 years, you have a lot of experience. One thing that you personally felt that you included in your diet or your lifestyle, which has made a lot of difference for you.
Oh, first of all, I will say sleeping on time and getting up on time and having that five components which I told you. A medium carb, a good protein, good fiber, good vitamins and mineral rich diet. And yes, socializing and cheating once a week and having good food is very, very important for your mental health also. Going out. So always say, people who come to me, so always say that yes, outside food will be there in your diet. Now you can see people are not eating during this lockdown period and they're feeling really irritated. Mood swings are there because they're not able to eat outside. So what their people are doing? The parents are cooking good food. They're cooking pastas at home. You would see a lot of pictures coming of pizzas at home, cakes at home. So they're giving the good comfort food because comfort food gives you good relaxation, mental relaxation. So first thing I advise in lifestyle modification is to sleep on time and get up on time and do exercise and have a very balanced diet, which makes you complete, which gives you complete health of being good mental, physical, and a social well-being. So three things: sleep, I have told you, exercise, and a good food, a good routine food chart for a day-to-day lifestyle, which should include everything.
Ma'am, one tip for our generation of instant food. What do you want to tell us, or any tip for the youngsters?
You should eat outside food, but moderately, at only once a week. The chips and all that should be avoided in the diet, rather than replace all these cokes with buttermilk and nimbu pani and all this. So the youngsters, the problem is coke, chips, and pizzas or junk food, you can say. So include this only once a week, not more than that. And I'll prefer to it should be home cooked preferably. So obviously you'll be more free of bacterial infection from outside.
But ma'am, there are many people complaining that they can't have because they're working, they're not living, at home. So there's any tip for them?
Okay, eat once a week, I will say, but not more than that because outside food are full of bacteria, full of problems, which can always have a lot of later effects, later stages in the life really affect your health. So make it sure that outside food should not be included more than a week. And especially people who are traveling for their work should be very conscious while eating outside. So she should also make sure that they are eating a low carb diet even when they are traveling out. So avoid heavy meals like chapatis, just have proteins, have dal and some salad. People who are eating non-veg just have non-veg without the carbs. So very wrong, very wrong combination of eating food is having a very high protein and high carb food together. So people are very fond of eating non-veg with roti or non-veg with rice, which I say is a very bad combination of food. So one should not be able to digest a good high protein diet and high carb diet at the same time. So one should make it sure that you're having a good protein diet, the carbohydrate should be very less. So you're able to digest the food and it should not store as fat in the body and increases more problem.
Thank
So
you.
one tip, have a good protein diet even while traveling out and even while eating out. Try to have a good protein rich diet.
Thank you so much, Nipul ma'am. I think every tip that you have for us, and every expert advice, every suggestion, I feel will be very helpful to everybody who's listening and will be sharing this video. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining in. Thank you so much for being with Sarvani and being on Sarvani Samba. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Drishti. It was really nice talking to you. And thank you for Sarvani to call me for this session.